We're going to open with a prayer and a pledge and get right into business. Glenn, did y'all decide which one of you gentlemen is going to pray? All right, fantastic. Thank you. If you would rise.
Let's all bow our heads, please. Our Heavenly Father, we do thank you for this opportunity just to gather together as a commission. It's an honor to be appointed into these positions of leadership, and we ask if you would just provide the guidance that is needed for the mindset of commissioners as they make decisions for the citizens of Mobile County. Ask if you would just go with us through the remainder of this day. We ask all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Dana, do we have any speakers?
Good morning, Commissioners. No one has signed up to speak this morning.
Okay. Would you like for us to go ahead and, is that a yes? I'm looking at your head shake. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Torianne, could we get you to come down, please? We would like to do a resolution for something that we have for Domestic Violence Awareness Month here in Mobile County. Something we take very serious. On one side, one on the other. Is that working? All right. Mobile County recognizes Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Whereas once a secret kept in families, domestic violence is now recognized as a serious crime, one that has severe consequences for the survivors, their children, their employees, and the community. And as where it is, the problem of domestic violence are not confined to any group or groups of people, but cut across all economic, racial, and social barriers, and are supported by and I get a hard time with this word. Okay, we'll let that one pass. Indifferences, and whereas the impact of domestic violence is wide range, directly affected individuals and society as a whole, here, this community, throughout the United States and the world, and whereas almost 4 million women are physically abused by husbands or boyfriends every year, and whereas stopping the cycle of this vicious crime requires not the resolve and the courage of survivors, but also the support and involvement of all of us. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Mobile County Commission does hereby proclaim October 2020 as Domestic Violence Month in Mobile County, and commend the efforts of Mobile County Domestic Violence Task Force. We further all residents to actively participate in schedule activities and programs to work towards improving victim safety and holding perpetrators, here we go again, of domestic abuse accountable for their actions against individual victims in our society as a whole. I really butchered that up, but this means a lot to us, and I know how hard you work for it, so I don't want to make light of that. Thank you for your services.
I'll just say briefly, it's not just a Mobile thing, it's a National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and you'll see this Thursday on October 1st. We'll have a display outside. All of us have been following along with COVID and all precautions, and there's been a lot of safety at home and stay-at-home orders and things like that. So the theme of the awareness display this year is around home. Peaceful North begins at home, and so we have birdhouses that our clients in shelter with their children and staff have decorated. So they'll be on display at Government Plaza for about 2.5 weeks, and then I'll go to the Mobile Regional Airport for 2.5 weeks. But we also have virtual display that will be going on. Several businesses in the community have participated, and so we'll be featuring these birdhouses as a constant reminder to keep the peace at home, because that peace will spill out into our communities. So thank you for having us here, and thank you for acknowledging October, and wear your purple. Thank you.
And do you want to say something?
I was just going to say, we thank you for your support.
All right. Real quickly, I know that we had, through the COVID, our street crimes actually went down, but domestic violence went up. So, you know, that's just one of the things we're having to deal with at this moment. But thank y'all. All right, anything else? I think we're good. Glenn?
Okay, Commission. Number 1, approve the minutes of the special meeting on August 20th, 2020, and the regular meeting of August 24th, 2020.
So moved. Second.
Number 2, approve a list of claims.
So moved. Second.
Number 3, hold a public hearing so any citizen of the county shall be given an opportunity to be heard.
At this time, call to order a meeting on statement of revenues. Is there anyone to speak for or against this issue? Okay, Glenn?
Number 4, adopt a Mobile County budget for fiscal year October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021.
So moved. Second.
Number 5, approve amending county, Commission conference and meeting schedules to change meeting from Monday, October 12th, 2020 to Tuesday, October 13th, 2020 at 9:30 a.m.
So moved. Second.
Number 6, approve renewal of memorandum of understanding with the Administrative Office of Courts to provide funding for employee and circuit court clerk's office assigned to process matters related to incarcerated persons to be paid from the Metro Jail's budget for the period October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021.
So moved. Second.
Number 7, approve renewal professional services agreement with Peter Roston to provide professional computer networking and IT services in the amount of $70,000 for the period of October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021 for the James T. Sherman Youth Center.
So moved. Second.
Number 8, approve agreement with Terracon Consultants, Inc. for professional environmental service pursuant to producing environmental review records for the Community Development Block Grant Investment Partnerships Program and other programs as may be funded with the federal and or state funds requiring similar environmental review. This contract will be for a 1-year term commencing on October 12, 2020 and shall expire on October 11, 2021, provided, however, the contract will be automatically renewable for two additional 1-year terms for a total of not more than years.
So moved. Second.
Number 9, authorize advertisement for bids for project 2023-year floor covering replacement installation at Mobile County facilities.
So moved. Second.
Number 10, approve change order number 1 for project 2017 elevator maintenance and service for Mobile County facilities with ThyssenKrupp Elevator Corporation. If implemented, the change will decrease the contract by $9,041.51, and the new contract total will be $307,818.49.
So moved. Second.
Number 11, approve amendment number 1 with Mott McDonald for project renovation of property at 355 North Ann Street. This amendment will increase the contract by $46,300 for additional professional architectural services, and the new contract amount will be $76,300.
So moved. Second.
Number 12, approve a host community acceptance of the proposed modifications to the permanent landfill facility owned by Echo South Services of Mobile LLC in Axis, Alabama, as recommended by Mobile County Solid Waste Disposal Authority during their board meeting of September 2020.
So moved. Second.
Number 13, approve issuance of requests for proposals for part-time veterinarian and licensed veterinarian technicians for Mobile County Animal Shelter.
So moved. Second.
Number 14, hold a public hearing to consider the recommendation from the Small Business Relief Grant Program Committee to award grants to 4 local businesses that are experiencing financial hardship with the COVID-19 public health crisis located within Mobile County, Alabama, for the purpose of promoting the economic industrial development of the county in accordance with Amendment Number 772 of the Constitution of Alabama.
At this time, I'd call to order a public hearing. Anyone here to speak for or against the Small Business Relief Grant Program?
I think these are our last four, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe these are our last four. Okay. Thank you. Glenn?
ma'am.
Number 15, approve award grant funds to the following four businesses in the following amounts that are experiencing financial hardship with COVID-19 public health crisis within Mobile County, Alabama, for the purpose of promoting the economic and industrial development of the county in accordance with Amendment Number 772 of the Constitution of Alabama.
So moved.
Second.
No.
Number 16, authorize amendment to the subsection agreement Goodwill Easter Seals of Gulf Coast, Inc. for project number 21-07 of the Gulf of Mexico Energy Security Act, expenditure plan, Mobile County Recycle Center Program support.
So moved. Second.
Number 17, approve performance contract between Mobile County Commission and Inc. for fiscal year 2021 for the provision of the Transitions Continuing Care Program and in-home counseling in the amount of $986,000, contingent upon receipt of funding from the Alabama Department of Youth Services.
So moved. Second.
Number 18, 19, and 20 were voted at the conference. Number 21, approve agency grant agreement with the Alabama Department of Youth Services for fiscal year 2021 in the amount of $1,025,440 for the development of a diversion program and provision of diversion services, and authorize the President of the Commission to accept the grant award.
So moved. Second.
Number 22, approve contract with West A. Thompson Reuters Business to upgrade legal department's online practice solutions software program called Westlaw Edge to West Profex online practice solutions and software program, which includes West Legal Editor professional development solution in amount of $1,981.2 per month commencing November 1st, 2020 for a term of 36 months ending October 31st, 2023.
So moved. Second.
Number 23, approve contract with the Board of School Commissioners of Mobile County to benefit Olive J. Dodge Elementary School in the amount of $14,700 from District 2 funds to purchase technology equipment.
So moved. Second.
24, approve contract with Restore Mobile, Inc. in the amount of $25,000 from District 1 funds for the continuation of the acquisition and stabilization of brick and mortar restoration projects.
So moved. Second.
25, approve contract with Mobile Regional Senior Community Center Foundation, Inc. in the amount of $14,370 from District 2 funds for landscape maintenance.
So moved. Second.
26, approve contract with Lily B. Wilson High School Parent Teacher Association in the amount of $10,000 from District 1 funds to purchase technology equipment and cover the cost of the Parent University online program.
So moved. Second.
27, approve contract with Griggs Elementary School Parents Teachers Association in the amount of $54,000 from District 3 funds for technology equipment and playground improvements.
So moved. Second.
28, approve contract with Burroughs Elementary School Parent Teachers Organization in the amount of $50,000 from District 3 funds for playground equipment.
So moved. Second.
29, approve contract with Anna F. Booth Elementary School Parent Teacher Association in the amount of $2,000 from District 3 funds to purchase audio transmitting equipment.
So moved. Second.
And real quickly, can I point out what that equipment's actually for? It will be so the principal or the teachers make a recording and the parents dropping children off can turn into a certain radio channel and actually hear the recording when they're dropping the kids off, whether it's a lunch menu or an early dismissal, whatever, which I just thought was the neatest idea.
Okay. Number 30, approve contract with Dixon Elementary School Parent Teacher Association in the amount of $50,000 from District 3 funds for a new playground.
So moved. Second.
31, approve contract with Tillman's Corner Senior Center in amount of $25,000 from District 3 funds for operational expenses.
So moved. Second.
32, consider taking the following action on bids.
So moved. Second.
Number 33, approve renewal of contract with CDW Government in the amount of $5,335.40 for somatic endpoint protection subscription license and support for the Mobile County Commission.
So moved. Second.
34, approve an allocation of $22,726.80 from District 2 funds toward the purchase of furnishings in Sims Senior Center project. Total cost is $52,726.80 and will be allocated as follows. Sims Women's Club, Inc., $30,000. District 2 funds, $22,726.80. Total, $52,726.80.
So moved. Second.
35, approve purchase of JMS database through Dell under the current purchase cooperative National Cooperative Purchasing Alliance NCPA contract 01-42 utilizing drug forfeiture funds in the amount of $37,237.66 for the Sheriff's Office.
So moved. Second.
36, recommend approve preliminary and final plat of John Moore's estate and approving preliminary and final plat of addition to Holiness Acres and approve preliminary and final plat of Craft addition to the 3 Notch Road and approve preliminary and final plat of Moore's Cove and approve preliminary and final plat of replat of Lot 2 William Pope Family Division.
So moved. Second.
37, recommend authorize acquisition of property and accept a right-of-way deed from the following property owner for the following project.
So moved. Second.
38, recommend approve hold harmless indemnity agreements for fiscal year 2020 through 2021 for the use of county equipment from the following.
So moved. Second.
39, recommend approve the below listed annual work orders to furnish labor, equipment, and materials as needed for fiscal year 2020 through 2021 for the following.
So moved. Second.
Number 4, recommend approve final plat of Maxwell Meadows Phase 6. Authorize the county engineer to sign the plat and updating Walter Lee Circle North. This street has been constructed to a paved private road standard and certified by the developer's professional engineer.
So moved. Second.
41, recommend approved project furnishing, delivering, and placing 10 tons of number 57 stone to the Coastal Response Center. The estimated cost is $661.26.
So moved. Second.
42, recommend to assign Neil Schaefer, Inc. as the consultant engineering firm to perform preliminary design engineering services for project improvements to the selected curb ramps throughout the Mobile County's urban area to conform to ADA requirements.
So moved. Second.
43, recommend approve right-of-way and/or easement agreements for Track 4 in the amount of $8,342 and Track 13 in the amount of $280 for Project McDavid Road, grade, drain, base, and pave.
So moved. Second.
48, recommend approve right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 52 in the amount of $250 for Project Joyce Circle, Lloyd Road, and Williams grade, drain, base, and pave.
So moved. Second.
And Commissioners, we have 3 add-ons. First add-on, approve contract for janitorial services for the Lice Commissioner's Office at Michael Square to the second lowest bidder, Spencer's Enterprise, Inc., for the sum of $37,100, and to reject the lowest bidder, Golden Touch Commercial Cleaning, LLC, as being considered a non-responsible bidder.
So moved.
Second.
No.
Okay. Add-on number 2, approve contract for janitorial services for the Revenue Commissioner Office at Michael Square to the second lowest bidder, Get It Done, for the sum of $36,100, and to reject the lowest bidder, Golden Touch Commercial Cleaning, LLC, as being considered a non-responsible bidder.
So moved. No.
Second.
And the last add-on would be approve license/use agreement with the Federal Emergency Management Agency regarding the use of parking lot located at Theodore Oaks Shopping Center for the purpose of locating a temporary registration center for the Hurricane Sally Individual Assistance Program and other uses as necessary pending final legal review.
So moved. Second.
Number 45, Commission announcements and/or comments. Ladies?
Excuse me, Commissioners. Someone has just arrived and asked if they can make a comment before you.
Sure. By all means.
Mrs. A. Murray.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank y'all so much, and I apologize. I had a work crisis. I see veterans in distress, and I had one to call while I was outside. At any rate, I am here because I have comment. I'm in a property where some land disturbance has been approved, and I just have several questions about it. It's in the O'Fallon subdivision off of McFarland and Cottage Hill. Originally, the land was slated for expansion of a detention pond, and the request was made for lot 13. Then, when I came here and asked questions, because it wasn't being done on lot 13, instead there was a big pit on lot 14, which is right on the side of my property. It's almost overlapping the way the pit has been built. We just had a hurricane. I just have a large pit. I have a man-made pit next to my house, which really made me concerned with the hurricane and the amount of water in there. At any rate, I am here because I want to know who's accountable to make sure that what was proposed to be done is being done. When I came here the first time, as I said, there was an approval for lot 13, which I didn't know about as a homeowner, but instead the digging was done in lot 14. So when I came, and I appreciated you did cease and desist because they were digging in the wrong lot. But then they were able to continue to dig in lot 14, encumbering upon my property. However, I'm concerned as to what was the approval, because at this point, I appear to be the only owner who's being impacted by this, even though the approval said it was for a drainage through lots 15, 16, 17, and 18. My neighbor, which is lot 18, where the pipe was supposed to end, where the water is actually supposed to come down from what I was told, has no knowledge of this. Has said repeatedly, even as far as this weekend, nobody's been to them. So I'm concerned as to, I'm continuously being bullied. I have people in my yard constantly. And I can't tell you right now, as a black woman in America right now, how I'm already feeling. But there are people constantly. There are people threatening me. However, I'm the only homeowner being impacted. So I'm wondering if something else is being done besides what's been proposed. My other thing about it is once these drainage pipes are built, I'm concerned as to who does the maintenance and the upkeep. Now, I'll tell you, I went in my subdivision and knocked door to door. It's a new subdivision. No one knew anything about what would be required, what was going on. They were asking me. And if you would drive by there and see my house and see the pit, you would be concerned for that erosion, my house might slip into that pit. Anyway, for the care of it afterwards, I was told that the homeowners would have to care for it afterwards. My concern is there's currently no homeowners association. There is an association of the land developer that he is still in control of, that he's never given over to homeowners. So how do we as homeowners be responsible for something that we've not been made aware of what our job will be as far as responsibility? So once this drainage is done and it's in my yard and it keeps encumbering closer and closer, there's an expansion. There are two things: an expansion and then a drainage pipe being built, expansion of a ditch, or currently the current detention pond. But once it's done, if the neighbors decide they don't want a homeowners association, how can they be accountable for this? And they've never been involved in it.
Well, first of all, let me stop you right there. Homeowners associations are very, very valuable. You need one in the county. We have no building codes. So if you don't have one, theoretically, someone could come in on one of the empty lots and set up a trailer, set up something that the other homeowners don't want.
Correct.
And the homeowners association is the only thing that will prevent that. It's very common for a developer not to turn the homeowners association over the property owners until he is through building or until he is sold out. That is very common. We see it all the time. Mm-hmm. As far as the drainage issues, I don't know who's going to actually address that, but we do have we do have engineers that can address that.
Can I say one thing? I understand what you're saying about the homeowners association. We're just about 100% full. We've been like that. There's the builder just didn't turn it over. People have asked for that. My only concern, sir, is if the neighborhood is not aware, how is it expected for them to maintain? If they're not aware, this is what's being done, this is what you're going to be responsible for. That's all I'm asking. And from my understanding, there was something said here that homeowners had been notified. And so I'm just asking, how is it unbiased if only one person can come here and get approval and the people that are impacted are not a part of that discussion?
If you'll let our engineer speak there, he might be able to answer several of those questions.
The improvement, the land disturbance, is an expansion of the detention pond in the area, which is under the ownership of the homeowners association.
Who currently controls the homeowners association?
I do not know the answer to that question.
Okay.
We don't usually verify ownership necessarily when we're contractor, engineer are representing that they have been engaged by the owner of that property. And so I believe the land disturbance she's referring to is tied to some litigation that we're involved in, or at least a resolution of one of the other parties to that litigation, where they were supposed to do some drainage improvements. And I think there's been another motion filed in relation to that, but I'll really have to talk to legal staff to find out about that.
Okay.
But they submit appropriate documentation to expand the pond. Unfortunately, Ms. Murray's property is the only one that is bordering the pond. The land disturbance also includes the construction of a ditch along the properties that border hers to catch the water that was going down on some neighboring property owners and redirect it to the pond.
Okay, and again, who's paying for this?
As I understand it, the developer is paying for all of this.
So we don't need to get into the lawsuit, but basically that was part of the settlement that they made in the
Commissioner
lawsuit.
Carl, I would offer respect to the county commission. The county has not settled with the developer, the homeowners downstream. The developer settled with the homeowners, but the county commission has not. And in fact, the county commission arguments are set for hearing an oral argument for the Alabama Supreme Court on Tuesday afternoon, October the 6th. And so this developer built a neighborhood upstream, put a detention pond, and the detention pond has not worked correctly, we contend, and it has flooded downstream property owners and their property. In our particular case, the circuit court granted summary judgment on two of the five plaintiffs, and those arguments are now set week after next in Montgomery. This issue that this lady's talking about in Matthew, I don't have enough information where I can
Matthew, did he
adequately
send
address
out
her
any
today.
type of notices that he was going to do that improvement?
I'm not aware that they sent out any notices to anybody.
Are
No,
they,
sir.
are they required to send out any notice?
No, sir.
Okay.
Are we required before we approve it to send out notices?
No, ma'am, we are not.
So it's not us, but it's,
Why did it move from lot 13 to lot 14? Because that was the original approval, 13. But then when they started digging evidently in the wrong lot, then they were approved for 14. And that's just my whole question, accountability. Can people just come and do as they want and then come back and say, okay, or let a homeowner know, you know, Commissioner Call gave me permission to do this. The homeowner doesn't know what it is they actually have permission, because they're coming saying, you have no right, this is what we're gonna do, you know, move out the way. I think I should know something with people walking back and forth around my property. They need to cut trees, they need to do several things. But I'm the only one that's being impacted, even though it says it's for 4 different lands. And my neighbor has written a letter that I can show you that says no one has ever, and he's one of the properties, the lot 18. No one has ever went in lot. So I'm wondering if what is being proposed is actually what is being done. Or just maybe my land is being used, and more of it is being used in the name of this is approval. They're going further and further up on my land.
well,
So-
they can't get on your property to start with, I can assure you that. Now, when I say get up on, I'm talking about actually put this drainage pipe without your permission, without something from you. Now, can they walk across your property? I mean, that's kind of hard for anybody to manage or stop, but your property is your property. You have every right in the world to defend it and protect it.
Brian
Well,
has
I
some
don't know.
comments.
As I said, I'm a military veteran. I want what's right for, I want those people behind me to be made whole, but I don't want it to be at my expense that I can't, because if I ask a question, then I'm being bullied, and then I'm being threatened. You are holding us up. This lawsuit against us is going on. You're the reason we can't do what we need to do. And all I'm asking is, what are you doing, and why are you just including me? When I have all these neighbors that are part of this drainage pipe, but they're in no one else's yard. And it just seems like people are coming further up and further up into my property for the ditch, because no one that comes out there has the same story. None of them are talking to each other.
Well, you're talking about a private company and private owners, so we the county can't, and we don't tell them what to do on everything. There's a lawsuit involved here, so we have to, I assume, we have to be kind of careful how we say and what directions. But, you know, our engineering department's here to help you any way they can. They may not tell you what you want to hear. I deal with that every day. But they are engineers, and one thing they've taught me is water runs downhill, and, you know, that's,
Path of least resistance. So
yeah, and that's it.
It's happening already. So I'm not, what I'm saying is, and I gave an example, they got a permit for one thing, but they dug in a different spot in the I'm just asking, what's the accountability factor?
Matthew?
That they can't come back in and just keep doing what they want and come after the fact of the game and say, this is what we did, let's re-permit for this. That's all I'm asking.
Do you
Let me
answer?
clarify what she's saying. They submitted plans and were applying for a permit that was on the lot one lot away from her. And she came and spoke at the meeting. We went and put a stop work order, which she acknowledged earlier, on that because they were not digging the way, they weren't supposed to be disturbing the land because the permit had not been issued yet. So we put a work order. They revised the plans to show that they were going to expand it onto the lot next to her, which was different than the initial submittal. The initial submittal had not been approved, so changes can happen during the design process. And so when they resubmitted, we actually issued a permit for them to excavate on the lot next to her, which was still under the ownership of the developer.
Correct.
Okay.
Commissioner, I may also add that I believe there is a drainage easement on the backside of several of those lots.
Yes.
And that drainage easement allows drainage improvements to be performed. But out of courtesy, the developer should be notifying these property owners before they gain access to their property.
Is there some way, and I don't even want to know who the developer is because I got a feeling I know. Can we reach out to this developer and let them know that we need to have a little better communication with the people that they're going to be affecting?
We will reach out to the developer and the contractor. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Commissioner, I may also add that we require that a professional engineer that has hired the developer to create these plans to submit to us to show what they're proposing to do. We require that they also provide the construction inspection and ensure that those things are constructed in accordance with the approved plans. If that is occurring or not, I'm not sure, but part of that process is notifying adjacent property owners.
Okay, well, let's see if we can follow up and get me some answers on that as quick as you can, okay?
Thank you. One more question. Can they put a silk fence where that pit has been there for a while? There are kids that ride horses. I'm constantly out there saying, hey, don't go down there, don't go. It's a very large pit.
That we can take care of.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you
I think the
so
safety
much.
factor ought to be first on our list. Matthew, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else? Okay, Glenn?
Commissioner, we're at comments and announcements.
We're good.
Good. Okay. Number 46, approve request for motion to adjourn until October 13th, 2020.
So moved. Second.
And Commissioner, we have an indigent care.
Easy for you to say. I call to order Mobile County Indigent Care Board meeting here September 28, 2020.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the meeting of August 24th, 2020.
So moved. Second.
Number 2, accept report from Mobile County Commission of the balance in indigent care fund at August 31st, 2020. Funds available $127,849.19.
So moved. Second.
And number 3, approve request for motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Everyone have a wonderful week.